Hi, I'm Mike and I'm the Hallows Geek, and welcome to This Week in Eek, my weekly series where I put a little eek in your week by recapping some of the top stories in Halloween and horror news from the last week. I want to kick things off by saying that I hope you regular viewers didn't mind me going the shorts route last week. Like I said at the beginning of the short, most of the news was Stranger Things related, and I just didn't feel there was enough substance there for a full episode. But despite this, week being a bit short on news as well, I'm back and you're getting a full episode, so let's get into it. Let's start with the story that's been trending on the site since it was first announced on Tuesday. Mountain Dew Pitch Black is making its return. The OG Mountain Dew Halloween soda hit the scene during the 2004 Halloween season and has had many a comeback and iteration since. While it's technically been a permanent flavor since 2016, in recent years it's only been available as a fountain exclusive at select convenience stores. Well, that changes on New Year's Day when Pitch Black Zero Sugar, and Pitch Black Energy all return to store shelves in cans and bottles. It's been a hot minute since I last had Pitch Black, so I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye out for these as we head into the new year. I love me some Dew. I'm also glad that this isn't going to replace Voodoo, at least I hope it's not going to, because that's been on a great run every Halloween season. Alright, well, Netflix's Wednesday is set to debut on Netflix next week, and to help get fans into the spirit, Hot Topic has released an all-new apparel and accessory collection inspired by the series. The collection features 9 new pieces, which you can see over on allhallowsgeek.com, but here are some of my favorites. First, you've got the Wednesday Icons collar long sleeve dress. Inspired, of course, by Wednesday, this collar dress features an all-over floral and handprint with decorative buttons down the front and features a white pointed collar, cuffs, and side zipper closure. The dress is available in sizes extra small through 3X, as well as plus sizes. Also inspired by Wednesday's appearance in the new series is this Nevermore cosplayer blazer. This blazer has a black and gray striped pattern and features the Nevermore crest embroidered on the chest, just like the one Wednesday wears in the series. Next, we've got a couple of t-shirts. The first is the Wednesday Tarot Card t-shirt featuring Wednesday Addams on her very own tarot card. The second is this Wednesday Coffin Skull Boyfriend Fit t-shirt featuring a distressed print with Wednesday Addams in the center of a coffin with crows and a skull. Both shirts are available in sizes extra small through 3X and in plus sizes. Again, you can see the full collection over on allhallowsgeek.com, or if you want, I'll just share a link to the collection over on hottopic.com down in the description below. Well, I feel like it's been a while since I've talked much about video games, and this first one is an exciting one. You might have heard that Google's venture into cloud gaming Stadia is shutting down in January. While this isn't a huge deal for most games, I was a little concerned for one in particular, the exclusive launch title, Guilt. I was an early adopter of Stadia, and beyond the concept of the technology, Guilt was actually one of the draws for me. In it, you play as Sally, a young girl in search of her cousin Emily, and you kind of start the game posting missing posters around your hometown of Bethelwood before being chased away by a group of bullies. During the chase, you fall into a ditch, and in an attempt to find a way home, wind up in this kind of nightmarish alternate reality where you quickly realize your cousin essentially now resides. While there's nothing really groundbreaking about Guilt, and it isn't without its flaws, it was a game I really enjoyed playing and wished at the time that more people had the opportunity to experience it. 3 years on, the game is still exclusive to Google Stadia, so when Google announced it was sunsetting the platform back in September, I wondered if the game would be lost along with the Google service, which is a bummer because again, I thought this was a fun game. Well, I've got some good news. Tequila Works, the developers behind the game, have announced that Guilt will be going multi-platform in 2023. Unfortunately, they didn't say what platforms the game would be coming to, but at least we know the game won't be lost forever when Stadia shutters early next year. And in other video game news this week, Joey Drew Studios, the video game developer and studio behind Bendy and the Ink Machine, released the highly anticipated sequel to the game, Bendy and the Dark Revival. In this first-person survival horror game, players will return to the vintage cartoon studio, but through the eyes of Audrey, an animator at Joey Drew Studios, who was unwillingly pulled into the inky abyss of Bendy's cartoon world. With the help of allies like Allison, the battle-hardened veteran, and the cute but mischievous Bendy, players will aid Audrey in her attempts to escape as she learns about the dark monsters of the studio. To further raise the stakes and turn up the madness, Bendy and the Dark Revival introduces several new features and mechanics to deliver action-oriented gameplay. Wander the vintage cartoon studio using agility, stealth, and strategy to combat ink-tainted enemies. As the story progresses, Audrey acquires powerful new abilities to aid her in her escape. Audrey will also have to solve environmental puzzles while eluding the horror of the ink demon. Deeper, darker, and with more horror-stoked action, the new Bendy installment will keep players on the edge of their seats. Bendy and the Dark Revival is available digitally for Windows PC via Steam at $29.99 and will be coming soon to Xbox and PlayStation. And this week, Free Comic Book Day, the annual comic book industry promotional event, announced its lineup of comic book titles that will be made available in 2023. The Free Comic Book Day Retailer Selection Committee has selected 44 comic book titles for next year's event, which will take place at participating comic shops worldwide on Saturday, May 6th. As in years past, I've curated a list of the titles announced that horror and Halloween lovers are likely to be the most interested in. Details on the books won't be released until next month, but here are the 7 titles I think All Hallows Geek fans will be most interested in. The Cursed Library, Fright Night, Madballs vs. Garbage Pail Kids, The Nightmare Before Christmas, The Battle for Pumpkin King #1, Shadow Man, Dark Legacy, West of Sundown #1, and The Last Comics on Earth. You can view the full Free Comic Book Day lineup now on freecomicbookday.com and keep an eye out next month for further details on next year's releases. I am particularly excited about the Archie Horror title. That's just me. If you guys know me, you know I love the Archie Horror universe, so I'm curious to see what they're bringing. Alright, if you're a Monster High fan, it was an exciting news week for you as we got 3 updates related to the iconic franchise about the children of famous monsters. First, Nickelodeon and Mattel Television announced the renewal of the original animated series Monster High for a 20-episode second season. Season 1 of the series premiered in the US on October 28th on Nickelodeon. In addition to the linear series, it was also announced that an all-new 8-episode digital series, Monster High Mysteries, will debut on the official Monster High YouTube channel today, November 18th. The series features everyone's favorite beasties as they attempt to crack the case of a stolen trophy. The 2D animated YouTube series features the voice talent behind the linear series and offers fans even more of the beloved characters and world. The first 4 episodes will roll out weekly, with the second batch debuting in 2023. And finally, it was announced that a sequel to the live-action movie musical Monster High the Movie, which debuted on Nickelodeon and Paramount Plus on October 6th, will be getting a sequel. The feature-length sequel will begin production in January in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, and will air on Nickelodeon and stream on Paramount Plus in 2023. And while we're on the subject of Paramount Plus, this week the streaming service debuted its 2022 holiday collection, and with it came a bit of a surprise for horror fans. Among the 15 curated carousels of festive movies and episodes is holiday horror movies. While the carousel is significantly smaller than the others on the service, I appreciate that Paramount even thought about horror fans around the holidays to begin with. I mean, we don't really get represented at Christmas all that often. It's usually Halloween's our month, but they gave us some love. Among the festive frights available on Paramount Plus are Mercy Christmas, American Exorcist, New Year's Evil, and Snow Beast. The full collection is available now on Paramount Plus. And since we've already breached the topic of the holidays, I do have a few things to share around some spooky holiday-themed events that are coming up. First, Season Screenings announced its final programming schedule and confirmed talent for this year's event. This year's lineup of special guests offering meet and greets and photo ops are horror icon Keith David, Henry Thomas, Kate Siegel, writer and director Mike Flanagan, Steven Weber, Annabeth Gish, Alex Eso, Robert Brian Wilson, Scott McDonald, and Eric Friedman. On Saturday, Season Screenings will host The Shining Legacy, a celebration of the 45th anniversary of Stephen King's The Shining and 25th anniversary of the Mick Garris directed TV miniseries adaptation. Moderated by Fangoria's KingCast, the panel will feature Dr. Sleep director Mike Flanagan, Steven Weber, who played Jack Torrance in the Shining miniseries, Henry Thomas, who played Torrance in Dr. Sleep, Mick Garris, and other special guests. Saturday night will feature a secret screening of an unreleased holiday horror film introduced by James A. Janice and Chelsea Rebecca from Dead Meat. The film promises a healthy kill count and stars the lead of one of this year's most terrifying films. On Sunday, fans can look forward to A Scary Little Christmas. Author Matt Duffy moderates a panel about holiday horror films with the stars of genre favorites Robert Brian Wilson from Silent Night, Deadly Night, Eric Freeman from Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2, and Scott McDonald from Jack Frost. Sunday will also include a Flaniverse reunion featuring cast members from The Haunting of Hill House, Midnight Mass, Dr. Sleep, and more. Join director Mike Flanagan for a talk about the making of his The Haunting anthology series on Netflix and other projects. Kate Siegel, Henry Thomas, Alex Eso, and Annabeth Gish are all scheduled to appear. Season Screenings returns to the Pasadena Convention Center December 2nd through 4th. For the full lineup, more information on the event, or to buy tickets or pre-purchase photo ops, visit midsummerscreen.org. And if any of my viewers are in the IE, you better be good this weekend because Krampus is coming to town. The folk legend known for scaring misbehaving children is coming to Castle Park in Riverside, California for the first ever Krampus Experience Fright Maze. The folks behind the park's Halloween season event, Castle Dark, are taking over a corner of the park for an all-new haunted holiday maze inspired by Krampus. The new experience will be open Saturdays and Sundays from 5 p.m. to Ride Park close, starting on November 19th and running through January 8th. Access to the Krampus experience will be available through the Krampus Combo Ticket, which includes access to Castle Park, unlimited rides, admissions to Duke's Very Merry Village, which is essentially just their holiday layover, and a single use to the Krampus experience. For more information on the Krampus experience and to buy tickets once they become available, visit castlepark.com. And rounding out the spooky holiday fun, Reign of Terror Haunted House announced ticket sales for its Ho Ho Horror holiday event. Located in Thousand Oaks, California, this special event will take place on Friday, December 9th and Sunday, December 10th. The Ho Ho Horror December special event brings a new sinister seasonal twist to the Reign of Terror Haunted House experience. During the event, the 28,000 square foot haunted house will be decked out for the dark side of the holiday season. This year's Twisted Winter Wonderland includes a very special photo op inside with Reign of Terror's live Santa Claus, foggy snowstorms, chilling characters including a sinister slasher Santa, jeering Jack Frost, colossal creepy Krampus, and fiendish snowmen, disturbingly haunting holiday soundtracks, bizarre decorations, creepy Christmas trees, the glow of gruesome strings of lights, and much more. Ho Ho Horror spans all 135 haunted rooms and 10 interconnected attractions that make up Reign of Terror Haunted House and fills them with a hearty dash of holiday fear. Ho Ho Horror runs both nights from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. with time slots available every half hour. Tickets and capacity are limited. For more information and tickets, visit rothauntedhouse.com. That's it for this week. As always, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like, leave me a comment, or better yet, subscribe to make sure you always get your weekly dose of Geek. For more information on any of this week's top stories, You can always find the full coverage over on allhallowsgeek.com. Until next time, keep it creepy.